anyway, welcome to Ham Radio, but I think you'll find that this is mostly a hobby of elderly white men. This is not a place where you're going to find diverse discussion or culture. You're not going to find diversity of hams at all. I got my QST like I always do. I started on page 1, and I summed up the education. There are no pictures of black people in QST this month again. Now, is that why you came in this hobby?
Sitting there stroking it. I'm just to set the last straight. I'm 34 years old. I'm half Jewish, and I hold a college degree. So I don't really.
Oh, he'll love you with a college degree.
Since people in my family perished in the Holocaust.
Okay, well, I'm okay, and I applaud the cultural contribution your people have made, but that's not the point. By the way, there was a guy out there that said, I would love you because you have a college degree. There are many, many hams who are resentful of the educated class.
He calls for people with college.
Ham radio is mostly a working class white man, and they resent it.
You're a fucking douchebag.
They resent the educated class, and I understand why. They don't have Anyway, what's your background? What's your degree in?
WA4D. You are a douchebag. You have been a douchebag.
Yeah, see, did you hear that? Those comments out there, they're always vulgar and nasty. That's another thing. A lot of these guys are stuck in the 7th grade. It's like living in
Mini Mike. It's
like going into the bathroom.
You come out here with the same condescending shtick every time. Every time the news changes, you come out here with the same shtick.
I'd say you're hearing the people talking because it's not really what you have to say. It's the operating manner in which
up and down the band, Black Mike goes.
He's talking to a new ham.
Start calling Black Mike. Black wannabe Mike.
To kind of give a diatribe in the guise of ACQ. And I think he realized that. He sounds intelligent enough.
He's talking to a new sucker. He's got a new sucker on the hook.
Sounds like
He's got a new sucker on the hook.
ACQ every now and then. No harm, no foul. Just wanted to give you my 2 cents without really.
Man, why don't you
Yeah,
take
you'll
your
flush
audio?
your 2 cents down the toilet.
And I hope you have a pleasant afternoon. And take care. Whiskey Alpha 4 Delta, November 5, Tango Mike.
Okay, man.
Whiskey
Thank
Alpha
you for
4
coming
Delta
in.
Fox,
I'm glad to hear
Tango
it.
Mike.
I usually say QST, not CQ, because I'm not calling just anybody.
Fuck about you. He's a fucking narcissistic asshole.
That's all you have to do is call QST, and you're making an announcement of use, and by the way, I won't make any,
You can tune in here weekly almost.
I am mocking Texas and the citizens of Texas. They deserve what they want.
I love me entertainment every time.
Is a fraud, in my opinion. It's a bloated, overblown boast that can't be backed up by metrics. I like making fun of the absurdity of Texas. I'm a University of Texas graduate. I was born in Texas. I can say anything I want about Texas. Most of these guys, though, don't tell them you're a college graduate again, please. It's a very sensitive subject among a lot of these working class guys.
There you go. There's the working class. There's the working class.
Are intelligent, they have no place in a knowledge worker society, and they feel left out, and so it's hurtful. It's hurtful and mean of you to have gotten a college degree. So, N5TTM, learn that. Don't ever talk about your education on ham radio, because there are a great number of hams that they will boast of their ignorance, but they are privately hurting because they're losers in society. N5TTM, thanks for coming by. WA4D, QSD, Texans, I'm going to offer advice. WA4D, come out, Texans only.
Nobody wants your advice. Go fuck yourself, dog. Nobody wants your advice. You're a fucking loser.
Yeah, I hear several of you out there talking. This is a health and welfare net. I'm providing advice for Texans. Texans, my number one piece of advice for those of you in Texas, get out of the state of Texas.
Every time you get on the radio.
Get out of Texas. That's the first thing you should do. If you want a drink of water, drive across the Red River and get a drink of water in Oklahoma.
Get you a drink of water, Mikey.
WA4 dog.
Jump down in that.
Why don't you go get yourself a bullet to put through your head?
So you can be black. That's what you want to be. You want to be black.
What do you mean I'm not talking common sense? It's total common sense. Get out of Texas.
You know what common sense is, you freaking idiot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I agree. Now, Texans want to secede. Now, they would subscribe to your view. They think Washington is the problem. They got off the national electrical grid because they didn't want to be a part of it, and they didn't want to be subjected to federal oversight and regulations that would have required them to winterize their stuff. It's funny that they blame the wind farms, but the wind farms up in New York State operated just fine. Why? Because they prepared them for bad weather. So I'm happy about what's happened in Texas. This is what Texans wanted. They embraced rejecting federal oversight. They don't. They want to secede. They don't want to be a part of the nation at large. And I applaud them for taking this suffering in stride. They should complain a little less. I think Senator Cruz had it right. He was leaving and thumbing his nose at the rest of the state as well. He should have. They're a bunch of suckers, to use the word of the previous president. WA4D.
Why in the hell are you people even talking to him?
Okay, sir. Well, until that happens, down in Texas, they're thirsty.
What a piece of crap.
I mean, look, they wanted this situation. They asked for it. They begged for it. They don't want to be a part of helping out. You know, the president yesterday said he is authorizing FEMA to open up emergency loans for people, like for any disaster. And somebody said, well, wow, President Trump didn't do that. He had red states and blue states. He would punish states he didn't like and not free up the federal goal. But this is what a guy that doesn't believe in red and blue states does. He's providing support for Texans. I personally don't think they deserve it. They don't want it. So any Texan that takes money from the Federal Emergency Management Administration is a hypocrite. And I think they should have to pay those $5,000 electric bills. I think their burst pipes in their communities that are all ravaged deserve what they got. WA4D. Jerry. All right. Well, first of all, my brother-in-laws live up in New Jersey. And if I ever go visit them, they don't complain about real estate taxes. It'll be a first. Every single time I've ever visited with them, there's always whining about real estate taxes in New Jersey. Now, there's a state that gets it, though. You have to tax people to get stuff done. It's an expensive state. It's a union labor force. It's in the Northeast. It's high-density population. I get it. But they think they want to live. Well, I'm going to run to Texas. Texas population has gone up. All these people think, oh, I'm going to move to Texas. I'm going to move to Texas. It's great. Well, you're there now, and you got what you thought.
You're a fucking fool.
Socialists like you, dog, who wanted to have this green energy. The windmills, the solar cells. Well, the
Dog, you're a fool.
And the solar cells are covered with snow. Texas is stupid to listen to.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Like you, dog.
But the good news is General Motors announced, the chairman last week, that they're going all electric. All of these guys that live in Ohio. Yeah, hey, do you know how many moving parts there are in an electric vehicle? Guess how many moving parts? 3. 1, 2, 3. They're going to automate the hell out of the factories and push all of these obese slobs that work for the auto manufacturers at outrageous pay scales. They are toast, and thank God.
Well, dog, you see those high-tension lines that go across the country. It's Democrats like you who think that electricity goes through the air and magically goes into those wires of those high-tension lines. That's where the electric...
Okay, well, I'm not worried about him filling his pockets. Here's the deal. China. You know how many battery factories there are in the world? I think there's like about 135 or 140 of them. Guess where 115 of them are? China. The GM had no choice. They had to do it. Carbon-based combustion engines are over. Not in my lifetime, but they'll certainly be over in the next 2 decades. And that's the good news. All of these people that think working with dirt under their fingernails, they are screwed. Get used to the term universal basic income, because a lot of these hams, especially guys like N4SDG, who crawls on his belly for food stamps, these guys are going to be wide in legion. They're going to be, instead of food stamps, it's going to be, I got my UBI check, WA4D.
You suck, fuckface.
You're a nut job, dog.
He's a fucking narcissistic communist.
It's beneath you think you're so above. You're an elitist, dog. You can't, check the oil in your own vehicle. You can't put air in your tires. You're a helpless lump of nothing.
Okay, Jerry. Well, the good news is Volvo, Volkswagen, Ford, even Chrysler, they're all going to electric vehicles. I know you guys thought we were going to drive gasoline vehicles for 1,000 years. It's over. And the good news is it'll be devastating on the Midwest, because those workers that thought they were going to just, like coal miners forever have been victims. Oh, well, you mean go close the plant? You mean I have to do something else? You mean I can't just be working in the coal mine forever? It's over. It's over. And the writing is on the wall, but you know what? People don't like change. They're like my home state of Texas. They don't want no help.
The windmills froze.
WA4D on the radio.
No.
You don't have the brains to be a Texan.
Texas, they're going to go back to natural gas power generation. Natural gas, they're sitting on a whole ton more than I could imagine of natural gas in Texas. And crude oil. It's going to be oil burners and natural gas burners power the electric generators in Texas. We got fool once. Fool me once.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, but I don't understand something. You just said that most. If I heard you correctly, you said most of us live on a small salary. Well, that was your choice, not mine. I didn't tell you to live on a small salary. I didn't tell you to take dead-end jobs. I didn't tell you to seek advanced education. That was your choice, sir, not mine.
Marry money like you did, dog.
Why is it that you guys always blame being poor on everything but yourself?
Or a new amplifier or a new microphone. You don't got no money. You're poor. You married money. Your wife works. She's got a high-paying job.
I don't understand why so many hams. I remember the day I mentioned I was talking about a refrigerator, and I just mentioned off the cuff the price, and a lot of hams got very angry. They were offended by a $3,000 refrigerator. The refrigerator. I didn't want to be like you guys. Why would I want to be like most of these guys living on what you call a very small salary? You chose to live on it, sir. Not me.
Spousal support for her because you don't have any money.
Poor people unite. The poor people of ham radio unite. You love it. You wanted to be poor, and you are. They wanted to be thirsty in Texas, and they are.
He's a well-educated.
Okay, you can call me all the names you want, sir, but it's not changing the fact.
She's got a dog, a boy toy.
Yeah, I'm having fun on my radio, sir. That's what I bought it for. WA4D, Killer said, Texans only, please stand by. I have advice for Texans.
He knows better. He's just trying to stir people up.
QR said, Texans only, please. WA4D, Health and Welfare Net.
No Texan worth his salt would ever fucking talk to you, dog.
Health and Welfare Net, providing guidance and education. The first thing you can do, those of you that can, get out of Texas.
Makes the money. His wife is at work right now.
And go where?
Money, you know, to keep dog happy. He's upset.
WA4D. I don't know why you guys always bring up money. I don't bring it up. These guys always bring up money because they don't have any.
Why?
You're a delusional fool, dog.
WA4 dog on a channel operating.
You're a delusional fool.
Today I'm on my 7300. Audio's a little harsh. I got to back off a little bit. Give me an audio report. Somebody give me an audio report. I want to talk to those Texans with good audio. WA4D.
Go fuck you. No Texan worth his salt would ever talk to you.
Wait a minute. I don't think I can handle this. I don't think I can handle this. An intelligent, rational, non-emotional voice. I heard Larry out there. Larry, you're not in Texas, are you?
Toward Texas.
No, I wasn't part of the California immigration. I think most of Texas now has come from California, and I think that kind of liberalized the state a little bit there. I think half of Texas now are ex-California patriots. Over.
Okay. Wait a minute, Larry.
Blow a fucking hole in his shit.
Okay, Jerry, hold on. KI4MOA is it now? Okay, I hear that theory, and I think there's in part you're right, Larry, but I'm not so sure. I mean, you still got the state run by Abbott. You've got Cruz and Cornyn. I don't think those people are liberal, Larry.
You fucked up his earworks, Larry.
I don't fall above. You got people that run the economy. I mean, I'm talking about the total economy, the people with real money. I mean, they're not going to let this planet end up like Mars. You know, I mean, we could holler about it, be on one side, left, right, conservative, liberal. AI technology and robotics would have replaced 40% of the jobs would have been lost anyway by 2030. But really, we don't have any control of this. I mean, they've got the money, they've got the power, and they're not going to let the planet end up looking like Mars in 50 years over.
Well, that's a pretty optimistic point of view. It's also kind of scary because basically you're saying AI is going to have an enormous say over
Dog was
our
replaced
lives.
by a robot.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, China is. I mean, they think that they're taking it to the wall. I mean, some of their plants down there are big as 4 and 5 football fields. They're all in on AI technology. The Asian market and AI technology and robotics. That's going to be your future. I don't know if any of these guys buy stock or not, but that's where it's going to be.
No, I've been reading that stuff. I follow it. I'm very leery. Hey, Elon Musk wrote a piece about a year ago. Who was the famous quadriplegic physicist? Remember him?
Yeah, and I'm struggling. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, he was. He had some doom and gloom stories about it, but that's where the future is. That's where it's going to be.
Yeah, I remember that he was the first one that got me perked up. It was about 4 years ago before he died about this AI discussion, and it's reaching a self-realization point, a point at which it becomes conscious. And can you even get your head around that?
Yeah, Elon Musk making billions. I think he's just got a few hundred more satellites, and he's got total Skylink. He's got the whole Earth, the globe encircled with satellites, Skylink, and he's got this Neuralink, this brain implant. And it's already third generation before he even markets it. And it's some scary stuff out there. I forgot the term they use for that. What you're saying out there, they've got a word that they
pull the plug,
use
dog.
for that, but it's coming.
Oh yeah, no, it is. I had a post up about Musk Neuralink up on my website. When you got a website, it tells you how many people hit that, and it's mostly hams that drop by there. None of them hit that article, which is probably the most fascinating piece I've read in the last several years about that connection to the human brain pathway and stuff. And you're right, I did know they were moving far along. He claims he's going to have some level of connectivity, like within a year or two.
Transhumanism, singularity. Term I was looking for. Yeah, I think he's already got it. I mean, how does he manage it? Got Delta, and and he's got the rocket program, Skylink and Neuralink. I mean, this guy, I think he's already wired.
Yeah, that's a good point. The hams don't talk about technology. Some guy out there is yelling technology. Their idea of technology is talking about their SB 200.
I'm going to get out of here and let you have it back, Mike. Good talking to you, brother. Sounding good out there. But it's coming. I mean, the AI technology, the robotics, most labor, about 40% of jobs would have been done away with anyway. I think they're just speeding the process up a little bit. KI4, MOA, I've enjoyed it.
Well, it's going to have more impact than any wall in Mexico or immigrants or education. It's going to be brutal. I'll be checking out. I'm 70. I'm going to leave at 78, either voluntarily or naturally. I'll be gone within 8 years. There's no reason to live after age 78. By the way, gentlemen, Starlink is here. I often hear hams. Those of you living in rural and small town America, they've got slow connectivity or they don't have good internet. Starlink is here. Elon Musk. This is a QST for hams as a public service announcement. You can now get it for $99 a month, but the hardware will cost you $500. Now, ham radio operators, I know this guy was in here earlier yelling, telling me about how many of you are poverty-stricken, and my counter was they want to be. But if you don't have enough money to get good connectivity, sell your ham gear and get your family high-speed connectivity. You owe it to them. Ham radio is not a lifestyle. I know a lot of you, it's a part of your identity. This is all you have. But give it up. Sell the junk you have and get the hardware and get high-speed connectivity for your family. Don't be selfish. Help your family out. WA4D, Starlink for all rural and small-town hams.
I'll help you out before the 78, dog.
I want to talk to you in person so you get on the ham radio.
Okay, gentlemen, I am going to switch over to the other rig. I just heard somebody say I was too wide. I want to correct that. Yes. Go ahead. N5TTM, go ahead.
Yeah, just to give you the name, the gentleman you were talking about is Stephen Hawking, okay? And the reason I know that is because I went to college, just like I assume you did, but I'm not bashing everyone on the radio who may have not gone to college. I guess what's interesting is I'm listening to you here, I've never heard you before, and I'm trying to understand what is your ultimate purpose. I mean, I know your stated purpose is to provide a health and wellness net for people.
He got your number, fellow's got your number, dog.
With one fell swoop bashing, so many of your fellow countrymen.
You're finished, dog. QSY.
But I don't look down on anyone who doesn't. We're all God's children. And, to go through life thinking you're better than people, and I just don't quite understand it. And I guess more importantly, if you feel that the majority of ham radio operators are peasants or whatever term you want to use, I guess why are you interested in ham radio? Why not go to the country club and play golf and be among your own people? Whiskey Alpha 4 Delta, November 5, Tango Mike.
Do I sound like a country club person? I don't care about people in the country club. Look, you don't understand. You haven't been around ham radio enough. Look, I have never heard on amateur radio a single ham that is without a degree not fiercely boast. They boast that they did not go to college. They are fiercely proud of it. They are resentful of the educated class. They hate them. They don't want to have anything to do with them. They don't live in the same culture. They consume media that is mostly aimed at the working class. As for looking down, I'm not looking down on them. They love who they are. I'm mocking the absurdity of it all. I don't believe in God and this God's children business. That's ridiculous. As for logic, what logic? Is there somewhere written in the FCC rules that you have to have a special logic to operate your radio? In 5KTM, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to mock and make fun of the triumph of ignorance. It is widespread in ham radio, the bigotry of hams. The anti-education, anti-intellectual, anti-money crowd. I had a ham the other day on the band tell me he lived a subsistence lifestyle, and he was proud of it. He was eating gruel in West Virginia. Boy, I bet his kids like living a subsistence lifestyle. I bet they like having no decent computer, no connectivity. He boasted of this. That is who ham radio is. You've been living a sheltered life in 5TTM, the dregs of society. What is it Wellington said? We have in the Army the scum of the earth. I think that's an appropriate metaphor to use for ham radio. WA4D.
You're a fucking narcissist, WA4D.
Okay, WA4D, November 5, Tango.
WA4D on the radio.
Okay? You have to call somebody.
He's a worthless asshole.
November 5,
Replaced by a
Tango
robot.
Mike. Whiskey Alpha 4 Delta, can you hear me?
I hear you. Over.
Worthless asshole, dog, that was replaced by a robot.
I don't know what part of the country you're in. I mean, your QRZ suggests you're in Virginia. Is that correct?
Roger.
Okay. So I'm not that far away from you. I'm up here in Maryland, just across the river from Virginia. I could be in Tyson's Corner, Virginia in 20 minutes. And in the D.C. area, this is one of the most affluent sections of America, okay? So you get on the radio here, and if you're on 2 meters or anything, you're talking to people in Arlington, Virginia, Bethesda, Maryland. These are the cities that per capita have disproportionately the most amount of college degrees anywhere in
You met your match, dog.
if it's the band you're on or not, but I would actually say in my experience, since you asked, the majority of the people who I communicate with on the radio more often than not have a college degree. Now, I'm not saying that's always the case, but,
You met your match, dog.
that from a statistical standpoint, the vast majority or overwhelming majority of ham radio operators are not educated. I think, I don't know what the statistics are, but I think it's a pretty mixed bag, and I don't think it leans one way or the other. And I'd say, in my personal experience, more often than not, they're all engineers and making 6-figure jobs in the Washington, D.C. area.
Yeah, first of all, you're living in a bubble up there. I lived in D.C. for 27 years. I worked for NBC News, and I know everything you said about that area. You're living on another planet. That is not the demographics or the education level of the nation at large. Only about 40% of Americans, just shy of that, I think it's around high 30s, get undergraduate degrees. There's no reason to believe that ham radios are more than the average across the country. You're live in a bubble. The world is not. I'm more than aware. I went to graduate school at American. I was in management at NBC. I get all of that professional crap, but they are not ham radio. Ham radio are guys like this guy out here in Cleveland whining. He was a bolt maker in a factory. It's rural and small town hams. There are about 700,000 hams. They are not overwhelmingly college graduates or with graduate degrees. So, anyway, thanks for coming by, telling me the same thing that I already knew. But the good news is I am having a good time. You have a complaining tone. Take it somewhere else, man. I don't want to hear complaints. Either get on or get out. WA4D QRZ. I'd like to hear from college graduates who have served the country in uniform. Just open a window, gentlemen. Open it briefly. Those of you who served the nation in uniform and are college graduates are free to check in now. The rest of you stand by and pay respects.
Go fuck yourself.
In other words, you think you're superior.
Fuck you, dog.
Yeah, gentlemen, there are a lot of you
Fuck
talking.
you,
I
dog.
want to talk to the college graduates who are veterans. That rules out the vast majority of you.
Like scumbag, I wouldn't wipe the fucking dirt on my shoes off of on you.
You're a moron. Because your shit's piled higher and deeper.
It's a general consensus that you are stupid.
Yeah, WA4D, QRZ, there's a lot of vulgar, nasty, filthy, uneducated people on the frequency. Ignore them. Come on in, we'll have a chat. Any Texans, stand by. I think I see a band opening coming. Stand by.
On the scope.
I want to stand by and see. Hold on, I heard that complaining out there again. Let me back off on here on the compression. Hello, radio, WA4D.
Kill yourself, dog.
Audio shows that a little bit better. Gentlemen, I want to stand by for Texas for health and welfare traffic. I can provide. I am a native Texan. I'm a University of Texas graduate. I have an affection for Texans, even though they're not very bright, most of them. WA4D, QRZ, Texas.
You want fucking shit.
WA4D.
His whole problem is he don't believe in God.
The Red River down to
Oh,
Texas.
fuck you in the Red River.
He don't believe in God. That is his whole problem.
No, I don't believe in God. I don't care if you believe in God. I'm not selling it. Just relax. I know you guys like to get all upset. People that don't believe in God. WA4D, QRZ. Non-believers, please. Atheists, come now. WA4D.
That's his whole problem. He does not believe in the God Almighty.
WA4D, for those of you who don't believe in some spaghetti monster in the sky that looks down benevolently and takes care of you.
He doesn't believe in God. He believes in homosexuality. He believes people are less than he is. He thinks he is greater than everyone. He is the one that will burn in hell for eternity.
I make fun of them. I think them I'm any better.
He is the one that will burn in eternity. He doesn't believe in God. He believes in homosexuality. Why do you waste your time talking to this prick?
Just to get it. Westbound.
What frequency am I supposed to be on?
Whatever frequency you want to be
I'm on
on.
frequency?
Nope, you're on frequency.
Oh, no. You're doggone it, boy. Listen to this guy. He is good. I hit my TX XIT. Look at this guy. Boy, he is sharp.
Holy shit, you finally got on frequency.
Correction, I appreciate it. You see, that's what amateur radio is about. It's about cooperation. It's about being kind to one another, helping each other out. And I'm trying to help my fellow hams down in Texas. Get out of Texas. WA4D.
Fuck you, WA4D, and fuck Texas.
He doesn't believe in God. He believes in homosexuality. There is the problem.
You're right. I have no problem with homosexuality. I applaud gays. They contribute far more than the trailer trash of ham radio.
He doesn't look down on him. He looks back at him.
Kill yourself
Sir, I'm calling myself in 8 years. 8 years, WA4D. I may even do it streaming.
Yeah, WA4D doesn't look down upon homos. He looks back at them.
WA4D is...
Could I short sell that dog so you could do it earlier?
WA4 Dog, I'm going to be back. I'll be streaming next week, fellas. I'm going to be streaming. You can see me in person. I know a lot of you wish that you could have a superior station like WA4D.
Give somebody more
You're proud of being unable to buy a decent radio.
Yeah, you don't have a decent radio. It's your problem.
WA4 Dog.
Amplifier. You don't know how to run one. That's why you wrote it.
My website is at WA4D.radio. Oh, wait, most of you don't have a website, not because you guys live in an analog world.
Your website is...
An analog world. They don't know anything about the all-connected era. WA4D QRZ, Texas.
WA4D website is nothing but self-gratification.
Substance? What are you talking about? This is ham radio. There's very little substance here.
Get out of here, dog. You don't.
What are you talking about, substance? That's crazy. This is a place where men talk about body parts, about filth, about excrement. This is not a place of intelligent discourse. What the heck is wrong with you?
You have no common sense. You have education. You have no common sense.
He's got that load turned all the way up.
He's the biggest pile of horse shit I've ever seen in my life.
Transformers know how to start go to trade school and learn a trade because...
Why are you looking for logic? This is ham radio. I don't pretend to have logic. This isn't a college thesis. This is a place for anarchy. It's a place just to blow it off. Ham radio is such an absurd environment for conversation. Turn down the band and ask these guys talking about their old amplifiers or some wire in the backyard. Ask them what their purpose is. It's nothing. They have nothing else to do.
Can I get my radio to sound like his? Can I get my radio to sound like his does?
No. Yeah, the only way you have to do that is to sound like his.
Let me see if I can get my radio to sound like that.
Step 1, get gun. Step 2, put at head. Step 3, pull trigger.
Why do ham radio operators express such fear at homosexuality?
It's not fear.
Well, there's a guy in here that keeps yelling about homosexuals. I know that a lot of hams live in fear of homosexuals.
And you live with them in
You
the
relish in them, dog. They're your best friends.
You don't fear homosexuality because you don't believe in the good book. If you believed in God, then you would know homosexuality is an abomination.
The dog is an abomination. KBPQM. Brags about he was in professional communication and he doesn't know how to make a radio sound good. Does that compute to anybody? Does that add up?
Can I get my radio to sound like his?
Just talk on frequency and talk.
Doggone it, this guy out here, 95 years old, sight impaired, just keeps coming at me, man. He wants logic. He wants meaning. He wants me to tie the ribbons on it in a neat, a beginning, a middle, and an end, a justification, an end point where it all makes sense. There is no end point, sir.
Do I need to turn on my amplifier?
In 8 years, can you short sell that?
Maybe I should turn on my amplifier. Maybe I should turn on my amplifier. That one can sound like the idiot out there.
Hey, I want you guys...
That thinks
I want you to go to YouTube, gentlemen. I want you to go to YouTube, and I want you to type in
No one wants to type in nothing.
So most of you are poor typists, I know. I want you to type in hamcation. This is an ARRL video.
You're an idiot.
Hamcation. Type it in.
Type in anything.
Hey, hold on, let me get this going here. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. At any rate,
Go to the internet you brag about.
WA4D. I hear a lot of you guys are scared of technology. I understand that it's worth being scared of, but I want you to go type hamcation into the search tube, and I want you to scroll down to the third video. It's called Rediscover Radio at 2022 at the ARRL National Convention. Now, this is for 2022. And I want you to play that 2 minutes and 26 seconds. And there's a guy there. Let me see who he is. He's some pompous, he's the ARRL president. He's a big dog, another old white man. Rick Roderick. Now, I want you guys to go look at this video, and he throws it to all kinds of people, maybe 8, 10, 12 people. Guess what? They're all white people. There are no people of color in the ARRL video. This is ham radio, the white supremacist, white privilege culture of Newington.
Really are.
Go look at this video. It's just like, it's all old. Now, I take that back. There's a couple of fat white kids in it. So go look at this white privileged ham radio video by the ARRL. WA4D.
And so you're white privilege because she gives you money.
He's a racist homosexual.
Yeah, I mean, it's not our problem, it's your problem.
He picked you up.